I will use today my own diamond Shine Bright spread that I just made. It unites 4 elements into a beautiful diamond, and it helps you to get out of vicious circle to be in a virtuous circle. So we are talking about virtuous circle, but I might bring the opposition, the vicious circle, into conversation, because I want to focus on the virtuous. If I have made videos before about the Lover's card, for example, I have also focused on green flags, because sometimes if we focus also to the negative, it gets bigger. So I wanna like grow bigger the positive, but I don't want to forget also that the negative, the polar opposites are part of life. So you might be very stuck in the vicious circle, and let's find out how you can get out of that. Everything is in this love concept. I picked amethyst, very peaceful, king and queen, highest chakra energy, being a good guru and not egotist. So how you can serve people in a meaningful way. And let's put your aquamarine card here, this fairy card here. Let's show more. This. And now I place the cards. You have this fantastic creature, was it? Yeah. Shine bright like a diamond, shine bright. So air, you have this. Air is what guides you. Water is what you should let flow. The earth, no, that's also there somehow. Earth, what supports you on the ground. And fire, okay, you have 2. Many cards. I wanted to make a short reading, but looks like it's impossible. So anyway, we start with the air. What guides you? 9 of Wands. In this deck, I hope I don't have to read all the stories, they're so long. These are grieving feathers. These are healing feathers of grieving. Maybe I anyway have to read something, because it's very beautiful 9 of Wands card. That's in your mental power. That there can be a lot of healing with the mindset, with the beliefs. There can be to have this. We are talking about here how to have a virtuous circle and not a vicious circle, and so you can shine bright like a diamond. So this card is so beautiful. I think I want to read it. Griffin. What guides you? This enormous creature, depicted as half bird, half mammal, is larger than 8 lions and stronger than 100 eagles. The feathers of the griffin have strange, powerful healing abilities. Its young are hatched from eggs laid in golden nests. The griffin on the card serenely overlooks its domain from its nest high in the mountains. A gateway to the spiritual realms. An island of spiritual sanctuary lies in the distance on a calm lake of emotions. So it tells me that you have very powerful this card. When you keep calm, you're able to rise above of the normal and into more spiritual wisdom. And it makes totally sense, because you have also the crown chakra here. So you have the spiritual healer here in your like air guide you. And then water, what you need to let it flow. Temperance, beautiful, there is water. So you have to have a balance. And you got another one. Eight of Swords. This was the card that came like, I was almost gonna place it to the ground, but it was coming to me like, no, it's also for the water. So there we go, that there is clearly a warning about what is the temperance is balanced in the emotion, but what is the vicious circle, what causes it? To pay attention to the Eight of Swords. This stagnant circle, exactly the why I got into thinking of this whole spread is that I was looking this Kalevala deck here, at this new deck, and it has this kind of magical ring. Let me open this here. Noidankehä. For me, it was very meaningful to suddenly realize, like, I have been in this vicious circle, like a witch's circle, like a prisoned. Like normally the woman is prisoned in this Eight of Swords, and it has really been not good for me. But me being aware of me being captured in the circle is the first step for healing. Where is it? This is the same card in the Kalevala. I underlined today this thing because I was really thinking. I want to read this from here rather than this, because this talks about sun god Ra and something about maybe we'll read that after that, but it was also kind of like a risky thing. I like what it has said here. These kind of rings are not, they are dangerous, because when a person gets into this kind of vicious ring, they lose their sense of time. They might think that they have been only a little moment in that mushroom ring. In the forest, usually it's said, like in Finland, like if there is growing like mushrooms in the ring, it is a vicious ring. It is kind of like a dangerous ring that you can get captured. And so you might think that you've been on a little moment of that ring, but outside of that ring has passed already centuries. And then the fairies start to dance around you so much that normal mortal cannot handle it, and they lose their mind. And in your situation, you have to be able to start thinking in a new way. You cannot have the solution to the old problem with the old solution. You have to step out of your comfort zone and find a new way. The magical ring energy is against usually of the change. Damn it, because I cannot close this Facebook thing. Okay, maybe it closes. So I can, it's usually against all change. And you are just stamping the same crowns. And often people in that kind of circle, they just complain about the issues, but never do anything to solve it. And you can have a growth as a human. And only you can liberate yourself. But sometimes this card is also a sign that you feel like you are lower than others. You are not worthy. Some people around you might close you off and stop your action that you wanted to do. And then this social circle becomes your enemy. or like stopping a force. And sometimes we are in those vicious circles until we learn it. We do the same mistakes until we really learn it. We repeat and repeat and repeat until the same thing comes in different form in front of you, like this kind of magical ring. It just comes again and again until you learn it. Oh, there's really this some page that I cannot close. It makes this sound even. I don't know how to do it, but anyway. It's anyways a step out from this magical ring and stop the vicious circle until it's too late. Anyway, you had that card with the Temperance card. Now I'm gonna read it from here. Like the Eight of Swords story is in this one, but I wanted you to have this other one too, because really that was the whole idea why I made this spread. This card inspired me to do it. So let's have a double help with this card. Damn it. Can I put this silent? People should not message me. I don't know. There is no Facebook open, but still the messages come here like with sound. I don't know how to close it. I really don't know where it's hidden. Somewhere it's open. Anyway, sorry about this interruption. The greatest god, Egyptian Apep, the greatest god of the ancient Egyptian pantheon was Ra, or Amun-Ra, the sun deity. However, at night, when Ra rode his sun boat through the underworld, he was in danger from Apep, a serpent demon and eternal enemy of light. The serpent holds the glowing sun in his mouth, causing eclipses. On this card, Apep is seen entwined about the source of karma. The serpent Apep symbolizes pure divine energy, and within its central sword, it represents the power of healing. You have control of a tricky situation now, but could quickly lose control. Discretion and diplomacy are needed. You may feel unable to leave an unpleasant situation. That's a kind of nice thing that indeed serpent is a symbol of usually of healer and a healing. So it's just like how you stay in power of those emotions, because sword is always mental power. You have to not have those bad beliefs and there's a circle active in your thinking, and you can keep the Temperance is the major arcana card and is here. So there is a possible balance, but it's on your face that you have an issue currently with the balance. Like there is some situation that makes you think too much. That's in your emotions. To think about some emotional situation in a not healthy way. Being aware of that is already a good thing, but you have to now remember what was said there, that keep your balance. That's very important this moment, to be in this virtuous circle. I'm gonna read about the Temperance. I think you deserve to hear all of these because these might have some meaning that I'm not even aware in your life. Take that what resonates. Lady of the Lake. In the tales of King Arthur, the Lady of the Lake embodied aspects of the goddess associated with the earth, nature, and the emotions that keep us moving forward on our life path. She offers spiritual initiation when we reach the state of inner harmony and balance. The twisting patterns on this card represent how different human lives touch, intermingle, and move on through cycles. A cycle there, actually, what we are talking about here even is a cycle. This diamond shape is in the cycle. The sword in her right hand illustrate the goddess' power to destroy lofty spiritual positions, such as priest or priestess upon humans. Her psychic and spiritual messages, seen here as birds, prepare us for traveling our life path. I think this bird thing came also with these griffin feathers. So if you see somewhere feathers, maybe that's a moment that you could always stop to stop yourself to remember, are you on your life path? Are you doing something correctly that moment? There is still this bit. A time of moderation and harmony, a period of inner growth and using your energies wisely. So that's advising the emotions. I just realized that I didn't even read your lady card. I usually start with that. So let's, after the air and the emotion, let's just reveal what is your Lady Chatterleys lover. I temptation, she said, stroking his face. Okay, there are really some relationship issues here. Maybe it's good to address that this moment too. My temptation. Chapter 15. It's quite short. My temptation. Let's show the Lady of the Lake. My temptation, she said, stroking his face. I'm so glad I'm temptation to you. Let's think about it. You frighten me when you start thinking. You roll me out flat. Let's think about it. We can think so much when we are apart. That's the whole point. I've been thinking. I must come to you for another night before I go. I must come once more to the cottage. Shall I come on Thursday night? This is clearly the thinking is the vicious circle. You think too much in your relationship. It's like there is maybe this addiction about being together, like it's very toxicating to have sex and all this stuff, but that can cause you the Eight of Swords moment also, that there is too much thinking in this relationship. And temptation is like addiction, so like you should see what is healthy. To have this shining diamond, like healthy boundaries. Let's look then the earth, what supports you on this ground. Moon, beautiful, major arcana card, unicorn. How beautiful, I have not this camera setting like that, but on your sky, you have the griffin, and on your ground, you have the unicorn. How beautiful that unicorn runs your ground. Very, very, maybe a little bit like hidden secrets are there that it's very mystical and magical. Still this grounding thing, and you have the crown chakra, so sometimes we have to remember, like, yeah, the unicorn has to stand firmly on the ground also. It cannot start flying. I mean, it is not Pegasus, but it can't even. But like the grounding, even now was a super full moon, blue moon. It can be emotionally grounding also, this moon. In the sense, it's a cycle. The moon is a cycle. I think this talks about the moon cycle. Be aware of your moon cycle, and then understand that if you are kind of emotionally out of control or like thinking too much, it might be just your cycle. And then take it, like put it in the calendar like a let's say like a ovulation days, danger days, or like you know that those days you might be certain way that it's not the most rational, and you have more temptation because of the moon energy. Where was that? I'm gonna read this tree too. Very beautiful, Griffin and the Unicorn. You who look this with this aquamarine fairy, you are some beautiful spiritual person. Really beautiful to have you here looking, because I'm just channeling this to the people who come to see. And yeah, somebody very beautiful have found this. Celestial energy in your ground. Unicorn. The fabulous unicorn is often depicted with the head and body of a horse, the whiskers of a goat, the tail of a lion, and white spiral horn in the center of its forehead. Tradition says the horns provided an antidote for poisons and could restore good health to anyone who drank from one. Again, a healer. We have here again a healer. So if somebody drank from the horn, however, the swiftness of this solitary creature make it impossible to catch. The moon card reflects the waxing and waning of cycles in life and initiations into the inner spiritual mysteries. The oval, an emblem of wisdom, can see through the concealing shadows to the truth. You must look beyond illusions and see the truth. You are entering a perceptive cycle that allows you to tune into a spiritual vibrations. Yes, the crown chakra energy. This is good time to see behind people's masks, open psychic channels, and make needed changes. Beautiful. Very aligned all this with this crown chakra. And then we have still the fire. What lights your fire? You have two chains, devil, and high priest. Okay, you have a devil and the Taurus card, the high priest. So this high priest energy is also going very deep, like a master teacher. It can be a spiritual teacher, and devil is really this temptation here. Am I a temptation? Devil is often a temptation. This is a Fenrir the wolf. Interestingly, this Fenrir the wolf shows up in my reading a lot. But when you are really a bright light like this Griffin, maybe it's kind of your opposite is then the Fenrir, the lonely wolf. I mean, they're both lonely, let's say, but this is a healer and this can become abuser because it can destroy the world. The world that this one wants to heal, this comes to mess it up. But there is a polar opposite, there is a polarity here. And fire and air, there is a lot of chemistry there. But you got two, you got high priestess too. So it makes it like a same, that there is a guidance here. You have the temperance and the bad card, eight of swords on the other side in the emotions. You have, fire, high priest, and the devil with the chains. So it shows you already what is the healing in it. The healing is the high priest. That this wolf, it can be actually very mystical, beautiful, wise animal that can become your spiritual guide if you are having, again, balance. Yeah, I'm glad there's not only the devil in the fire, there is also the high priest, that you have some standards. But maybe it's so tempting to not have standards, to not be always so good, or so this was said here, not to be putting this text here, what I read in the beginning was exactly saying about this. When we use tarot for the present moment, there is no predictions, there is no scary news, no right or wrong, no good or bad, only medicine. Everything in this life is an invitation. When we say yes to the invitations that are best for us, we can live in alignment with our intuition, with our truth. Yes. Maybe sometimes becoming a healer, you have to face the devil. You have to face the devil in your life and go through this darkness. That's part of your journey. Being a healer is not the easy part. There's unicorns then also in the ground, like how beautiful things are in this world of yours. Griffin, temperance, unicorn, wolf, devil wolf, and high priest. Meditation. I'm not looking now this text that is connected to this. Or maybe the devil is, I think this is the only way to handle the devil is to be aware of it. So exactly me now pushing it aside, no, you have to take your shadow like this, like look at me, I'm looking at you, you are there, I see you. That's how you handle the shadows work. You look at it into the eye, even if it's scary wolf. They might bite you if you're too long with them. It's like when you look into cows, the cows look back. So there is this risk. It's good to remember that this isn't the emotion. This is number 14, and the devil is number 15. It's the next from the balance. The balance is lost. And after that comes the tower moment. So it's kind of like, see what made you lose the balance. What was that snake? Snake is also there, kind of this devilish thing. Even though it can give you healing, like if you lose a balance, you know, then you will have those devil moments. It's like a sequence. Fenrir the wolf. He's here again. He has been here in most of the readings, always comes up in different texts. It's so nice to see also. I have even a wolf costume, sometimes I dress myself as a wolf. According to Norse mythology, Fenrir wolf was one of the monster children of the trickster god Loki. Fenrir grew to be so dangerous, he had to be restrained in magical chains. Yet the great wolf easily escaped. And here we were talking about this magical ring that you're captured. But this one is able to escape it. The gods, it's almost like a rebel, like the rules don't apply to me. The world has rules, there is all this kind of like things that people behave certain way, but no, this devil doesn't respect those things. Easily escaped. The gods took Fenrir to the island of Linvi in the middle of the lake, where he was fastened to a great rock. Legends say Fenrir wolf will stay there until the end of the world. This card evokes the harsh, bleak feeling when there seems to be no way out of a bad situation. However, Fenrir holds the key in a form of sword to release in his mouth. Applied to the right place, the sharp edge of the weapon can shatter the chains. If you examine all options, there is always a way to escape your captivity, which is exactly like with awareness, the sword energy, exactly the thinking energy. Awareness brings the solution. It's like the 8 of Swords card, but here is this snaky thing. You have a blindfold, and you take the blindfold off, and you actually start seeing the world in a new way, and you had just a limited view on things. Almost like you close your eyes and you open the third eye. A backlash from negative acts could be near. Learn to control negative impulses. This card always warns against obsession and illusion. So yes, if you had negative acts, there is like a karma coming to you that you have to deal with them. It's interesting, you have really this snake and the devil, Fenrir wolf opposite sides, motion and the fire. These are both connected to your passion. So emotion can be heightened. There might be something really there currently happening. High Priest, Taurus energy, let's see, still this. The Ruch present the High Priest, the teacher of the universal laws. If you abide by these spiritual laws, you are not likely to put yourself on a foolhardy path that could lead you astray from your goals. The cairn stones symbolize the true path each of us must seek. The runic writing is the knowledge gained along the way. This card may represent an advisor or teacher of spiritual ideas. It also symbolizes notes, contracts, and legal papers. Be certain you read and understand all the terms before signing. The High Priest card is very useful when working out karma. However, be prepared for harsh conditions if you do not follow through with intentions. Yes, so what you commit to do and you say you do, you do. There is very power in the words and the thoughts. So I think we have still the advice from the aquamarine fairy. This has been really talking about some powerful healer who has to go temptations and like deal a lot of things, but in the bottom you have this unicorn that supports your grounding, that have beautiful magical abilities. It's beautiful to see. Very strong cards, lot of major arcana: Temperance, Moon, Devil, and High Priest. There is four major arcana cards. So this is really something like, I'm skipping this life path stuff. You have to deal with stuff. This is really on your face now. This is this reading was supposed to be a virtuous cycle, and your is mix of both. There is elements, luckily, there is elements. They are like in the table, the Temperance and the High Priest are closer to the ring. And the outskirt, there is Eight of Swords and the Devil. So they are like more on the outskirts. So at least the core of you is not rotten. They are still, you're able to keep them a little bit distance. You're able to, that's would be good thing I get now intuitively. Keep the devil away, keep it at distance. Don't set yourself in the position that you are face to face to the devil. Keep it so that the High Priest, like your some kind of mentor or anybody in your life, can give you advice, and keep the devil now at a distance. And Eight of Swords also, the thoughts. Don't focus on the, if you are gonna be in the virtuous circle, don't focus on the negative beliefs and negative ideas. Focus on the balance. Focus on any balancing act you need to do that gives you healing. The healing cards are in here, and then in the center is the question, am I temptation? She said, stroking his face. So my temptation. You might project your interest that you should put to yourself. You should be curious about yourself. You should be curious about your abilities to be a healer, abilities to serve others. You should put that focus on yourself, not scatter it, the energy to others. These devils, these bad beliefs, these whatever bad influences you have. You should focus now, bring the focus on yourself, really like a meditation. That's I see here in the really the story is here with your diamond. The diamond shines bright in the center, but outside it's smudgy. There is dirt, but it has to be polished. It has to be, the diamond has to be polished. Yes, that's what it is. It's got to be dirty, but it's not rotten in the middle. It's actually attractive. It's attractive, shiny. There's a lot of light here. There is a moon. There is here like a sunrise. And this snake is feeling the sun. Snake is coming to kind of somebody else takes your thoughts, the thoughts that you're supposed to keep to yourself. Okay, this aquamarine fairy. Sea changes, courage, cleansing, clarity. The aquamarine fairy moves with the seas, undulating energy, bringing visions of the ocean's clear blue-green waters. She often comes to us when we most need clarity, helping us to clean out old emotional debris, bringing in clear light and clear love. She's steadying influence, a companion for journeys, both physical and spiritual, helping us to cross the seas of the unknown and safely return to home port. She reminds us of subtle sea changes, those invisible, almost unnoticed things that pull us like tides towards our destiny. And she helps us perceive these influences by sharpening our awareness. Yes, sharpen your awareness. Use this sword to sharpen your awareness with the pain. Sharpen your awareness. Historically, aquamarine was a stone for courage and protection for sea voyages. But then let's see. The aquamarine fairy card often appears when one is on the threshold of change, entering new relationship, taking up new work, or journeying to unfamiliar places. Drawing her card signals that you are entering a time of transition and need to swim with these new currents. Fighting them or clinging on old comforts will not serve you. She asks a coin of travelers that we be willing to give up the things that no longer work for us so that we can travel light. Yes, it's kind of this that let go, you become lighter. Like if you would sink into the bottom of the ocean with this rock in your hand, I mean, it will be a big rock, and you let go that heavy burden, then you rise back to the surface. We have this here, but soon we're gonna see it. First, we start with the lady, Chatterleys lover. So, at your ladyship service, he replied. Okay, that's game keeper. Actually, let's see which kind of energy is coming, magician or devil. This chapter was again having a little sexy stuff going on, so let's see. If there is some word that it's a little bit too much for YouTube, I will say You will know what I see here in this page. Where is it? Okay, let's show as a card, your wild card, Inner Earth. So, at last he turned to her and said satirically, "That was why you wanted me, then, to get a child." She hung her head. "No, not really," she said. "What then really?" he asked, rather bitingly. She looked up at him reproachfully, saying, "I don't know." He broke into a laugh. "Then I'm damned if I do," he said. There was a long pause of silence, a cold silence. "Well," he said at last, "it's as your ladyship likes. If you get a baby, Sir Clifford's welcome to it. Sir Clifford's is welcome to it. I shan't have lost anything. On the contrary, I've had a very nice experience, very nice indeed." And he stretched in a half-suppressed sort of yawn. "If you made use of me," he said, "it's not the first time I've been made use of, and I don't suppose it's ever been as pleasant as this time, though of course one can't feel tremendously dignified about it." He stretched again, curiously. his muscles quivering and his jaw oddly set. "But I didn't make use of you," she said, pleading. "At your ladyship's service," he replied. Okay, there's this sexy talk. In the hood. Okay, you have here a hero archetype, actually. It's solar plexus chakra is a hero stories. It's not to be servant, but to be a hero. And I'm seeing this inner earth all the time. I think I have to read your wild card first before we go anywhere. So where is the booklet? I should do a little bit less long readings, but I'm going away. For 1 month, you don't have reading, so you can look this reading all this time. Inner urge. So we start with this kind of energy, going into the devil and magician. Base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. The base chakra, also known as the root chakra, is found at the base of the spine and is the energy center that governs our connection to the physical world and all of its lessons. This card transports us to the energetic gateway that connects us to this planet and everything that we have learned during our many lifetimes here. We are being given a powerful opportunity to root down and claim our right to be on the planet. To claim the truth that ultimately we are safe. In the image, there is a gateway below a giant tree. This realm is called the underworld. This is the spiritual realm visited by shamans journeying to collect energies, meet guardian beings, and reclaim parts of their power or the power of others that have been left behind. Know that if you are searching for parts of yourself, you have the opportunity to find them and build stable foundations. You have the right to feel grounded, safe, and secure. Beautiful. It's kind of going to the devil territory, also that is underground in the underworld, but with magician, like it's with the inner wisdom. So they both are kind of present in this card. I love that. Starts well. There's love between these two. Okay, what else? I would say that the next thing is that we look this devil and what is your devil and your magician? I added in my Instagram and in my one video also my spread, but you can look into what means devil and what means magician when you are looking at that card. So that's your devil. And that's your magician you could transit into. So your devil is King of Wands. Okay, comes off like King of Wands is usually like Aries sign, fire sign, and it's kind of like very much doing action-oriented willpower person. So that's your devil. That's where you I'm gonna look from my spread. Let's see what was. Let's see. I have to consult this because I want to point out some stuff. Practically, when you look, my spirit is like the parts of ourselves that we try to hide, the unconscious desires and fears that hold us back. The devil is a warning that we need to confront our demons and those aspects of our lives that we try to ignore. So practically, when this is the King of Wands, what is your temptation? It comes up the doing energy. That your temptation, addiction, materialism, and the shadow side of your nature is that you are a very work-oriented person. And that could be too much. You can break your body, for example. You might be very materialistic oriented, like thinking too much of what you gain, of every single thing, like a devilish way. But I'm gonna read this stuff for you. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna open also what is your magician, so we see them together. Oh my God, the sun is your magician. So practically we have here a fire sign, king, but then your magician we have to shift is this winged lion. I usually see this a candle flicker flame, like it's really like almost like candle. And you use candle magic actually often in meditation or going inwards. So remembering the light in a sense of like a guiding light or like inner light or like power. You should not lose that willpower. You should use the power wisely. And actually, devil can be power hungry. So many kings are falling because they are power hungry. Really, this power is something that you should pay attention in this card. Why you seek power? You can go into your power to be in the sun, the happiest card in the tarot deck, but watch out that you are not falling as a king. Because when you are a little maker, doing something little, you already are showing how you handle the power. But the more you get the power, the more you use these character traits of it. So if you're greedy, if you have some negative things, but devilish things, addiction or anything, it just grow bigger with the power. So pay attention to that. This is immediately I see here. Then you have the inner earth also. Base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. Yes, this is already giving me a big story about like how laying foundations is everything. This king is doing a lot, but you have to pay attention of the laying the foundations. Then can come this beautiful, like a kingdom. Like both are kings. It's amazing to see this. How this pairing here. Here we have. I'll show this. Yeah. Wow. This is your pairing. So kingly energy. You have to be good king. Yes. I do read from the booklet. I think I don't have to in the sense that this already tells a lot, but I'm interested to say what kind of fairy king is here, because this is some kind of fairy story. They're always fantastic creatures. Very nature-friendly person, so it can be good too. Just where is my okay, here we are. So this is your devil. Pay attention. Oberon. Do I remember correctly? Was Oberon something to do with Shakespeare's Midsummer Night Dream? Okay, I'm gonna read. As Prince of Fairies, Oberon's responsibilities include leading fairy hunts, moon dances, and woodland revelries. He is trained in the use of both earth and fairy magic. Surrounded by flowers of rebirth, Oberon is confident in his powers and positions. The pentagram on his mushroom throne reflects his strong protective powers. His white wings are a blend of spirituality and creative imagination. keys to any spell. Advice from a powerful businessman can help you make a decision. Unexpected good news helps you move forward with your plans. And still magical use of this, use to represent an influential man who gives good advice. Okay, so indeed, you have to, this is in the devil position. Devil is always connected to money. So I think the money is also connected to power. Just pay attention to those things, how they can control you. But if you do it wisely, maybe it's positive. Remember that this was in your devil position. Always balance. And then you have the sun. That's more powerful actually in this combo. Even I wish also the magician is more powerful in every reading, but we will see. But you have it, major arcana card, so it always wins. Sun is the happiest card in the tarot. So it's a very, very positive. You should be a magician. It's advising you to be. Winged lion. Images of the winged lion show creatures with curly manes and huge feathered wings on their back. In some cases, the winged lion was transformed into the winged sun disk. In ancient Egypt, the winged lion was associated with the goddess Sekhmet, who hunted down and destroyed injustice and who wore the sun disk as a crown. The lion has always been a symbol of the sun and its light. Here, its wings represent spiritual enlightenment, a special quality attained when seeking the light. The mountain is an important symbol of the world's axis, the center of all and the hidden spiritual center within each person. Actually, this inner earth was totally connected to this axis. So pay attention to that. The mountain is an important symbol of the world axis, the center of all and the hidden spiritual center within each person. Each person must ascend this inner mountain to discover a gateway to the realm of spirit. And then message still, continued courage and persistence will carry you through your struggle. Encouragement comes from all sides. This is time of new beginnings, accomplishments, and success. The sun is positive card, filled with energy and confidence. And still magical use a center card for success with the surrounding cards, clarifying what kind of success you are seeking. And yeah, you are surrounded by King of Wands, and you're surrounded by the Magician. They are running like that. So, and then also this inner earth card. So you are clearly advised to go deep within yourself. We leave the love card to the last. Now we look into this very interesting inner quest. That's totally fitting to your cards also. Spirits are giving me inner quest cards already in the first pile. This one is connecting to this is said to be the wild animal archetypes inspiration for entire deck, this basic spread. And it answers the question to who, where, with, and why. And I have divided this now to 4, as Magician is working with 4 elements, usually. In this case, we are, did I did something wrong now? These are the selves. These are the places. This I should divide. These are the tools. And these are the last one, archetypal initiations. So we are answering questions with these ones: who, where, with, and why. So we are finding first the archetypal side of the self that is most dominant in the story. This is the part of you that needs attention in order for you to understand and move forward on your quest. This quest. It's not really here. Then we have the archetypal setting for the journey you are on. Next one will be the archetypal tool you must use on this quest, the inner quest. Remember, it's very important in your cards. And we have the fourth is why, the deeper purpose of your journey. This is the mythic theme or challenge that you will face as you approach your growth edge. Always go out of comfort zone. That's how you grow. So let's see. You have, oh my God, you got 2 cards first. Okay, then you got 2. So who, you have like a divided person or something, I don't know, 2 archetypes. Okay, interesting. You have shadow and pilgrim. It's very beautiful. So who is doing this is archetypal self that is most dominant in the story. So it's a person who is doing like a pilgrim and then a shadow. Just gonna, because this is gonna be long reading, otherwise I'm gonna just read the light part of these archetypes, just shortly. So we have the pilgrim. Very, very beautiful, because actually it's again like a shadow is more like a devil, and pilgrim is more like a Jesus stuff, I connect, even this is very like a magician is doing good in the world. Even though shadow, you can really heal yourself going into to look your shadows, but not everybody dare to do that. Okay. It's like you need to do that. Okay, the pilgrim. Or did I put in the wrong deck this one? Yeah, it's 101. Okay. So the wanderer, so you are the wanderer, the traveler, the apprentice. And when light learns, grows, adapts, and studies. When dark, what is this? Aloof, non-committal, and flaky. So pay attention to that. That is like a shadow and devil right there. Pay attention to not be aloof, non-committal, and flaky, but be learning, growing, adapting, and studying. That's how you get where you go. And that's how you have to be this kind of committed person. Everything starts with a commitment. Very spiritual, actually, pilgrim. This whole thing was talking about inner earth, inner journey, and then you have a pilgrim. Very spiritual indeed. Okay, I want to say this sentence. It came to me. Even in the stillness of meditation, the pilgrim feels the movement of the heart toward what it loves. You got 2, so you could also shadow. You have a shadow self, part of this quest. For my audience that is into shadows, I think it's beautiful to have this pile. I'm gonna listen to this pile afterwards also. So the unspeakable, the unwelcome, the denied, and when light, revealing unconscious aspect of the self and world. So that's what you should be doing. When dark, denying unconscious aspect of the self and the world. So pay attention. Would I give anything else? Okay, maybe this. In the shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves. Reflect on this statement by James Hillman in A Blue Fire. What do you despise about yourself? By answering, you move toward shadow. That is yourself. We have here very powerful thing going on, I feel. Next is the place. I don't have this page. Request place. Archetypal setting of your journey where you are. The bridge. Beautiful. So you're bridging. You are on the bridge. Rainbow bridge. Beautiful. I think I really have to read that light and dark of all this. It's very meaningful, I think. So you have actually bridge going on between this devil and magician. You are bridged. You are like not denying any parts of yourself. You are having this. Not everybody can do that. You can do that. Because you have this kingly energy here. You are really mastering something. Like not every text, the sun is a king, but in this, it is the Lion King. You could look at the movie if you want to go deeper. Okay, so the bridge light is when light, acceptance, magic, communication. And dark, lacking boundaries, forcing connection. Connection, the line, the gate. Okay, I still say this. Imagine building a bridge, then imagine building a wall. Which energy is needed for the situation at hand? Which image softens and heals the heart? Then we go to with what? The archetypal tool you must use. Find or give up. So destiny can unfold. Think of this as the key to the situation or the best tool for the task at hand. I'm really interested to see this. What is this? Offering. You're offering. You're like, take me. Take me. No, no, no. It's like Smith song. Take me. Da da da. Okay. Offering. There's the moon. Moon is always intuition in tarot cards. The intuition cards in tarot cards is Two of Swords, High Priestess, and Moon card, and they all have moon. I think this is really like a giving also energy. So what are you giving? All these magician tools you are using in your hand. Just the fourth. Ah, the cup. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read about this. I feel that this might be some very powerful spiritual teacher or healer who is now seeing this. As you who is looking this, reading now, you're somebody very powerful. Like it's just unbelievable, these cards. Like I'm a bit confused. Offering. It's like Jesus, take my body, my bread, drink my blood. Oh my God. Offering is that kind of being in service. But let's read. So dark here. The gift. So you have a gift maybe. Keeps giving. The gift, the present, the sacrifice. Yeah, I talk about Jesus here, but yeah. Then light, generosity, donation, volunteering. Then dark, giving with expectations, keeping track. Okay, let's read about this gurus. Once a week, Gandhi gave up speaking for a day, offering himself to divine silence. The offering can come in all shapes and sizes. I think that is beautiful because being silent, you are listening to God. You are really, speaking is like prayers. You're asking something. Silence is like you're offering to the service or listening. Being silent might be really your thing. There's this moon even, kind of quiet night. Yeah, actually, it's really when you're in service, you keep space to people. You give this kind of offering, like you give your time, your energy, your expertise, your everything, that you are like helping the other person. You are giving an offering. And that's what you need to do here. To be making this kind of bridge. There is both having hands. It's not just one, there is like third. It's just like magician is always creating things with the hand also. So having this tool, all the tools. Even the Ouroboros, the snake on in the vase is this infinity, how to say, like this snake that eats a tail. Circular thing. Maybe I will read this whole text because I think that's very meaningful. We are answering with what? The archetypal tool you must use, find or give up so destiny can unfold. Think of this as the key to the situation or the best tool for the task at hand. Okay, I'm really pondering this too long, but here is offering. Unlike many of the other cards in the deck, the offering carries a clear as a day message and a call to action. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up for the sake of the bigger picture. If nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, take time in meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you will feel attachment and hesitancy. You will make excuses, but recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. Yeah, this is really key. This is really all of this bridge stuff. Is also that. Where? I have to read the bridge too. I can't help it, but I wanna have that recorded here. Where it is gonna happen. Bridge. I'm too curious. I might listen this myself later. This is for any healer. This is like meaningful reading. Maybe this becomes the best reading I ever made. Who knows? So the connection, the link, the gate. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. They create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. This archetype is the gesture of acceptance, of saying yes, rather than withdrawing, separating, and saying no. And actually, this lands nicely to these cards. Devil is a no, answer no, and magician is always yes in readings. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. We open up to the otherness. Healing and communication are made possible. We enter a state of curiosity, wonder, and learning. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday world and the sacred. This card asks us to study the connection between the seemingly disconnected parts of our life, relationships, ideologies, histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced. It must be made with love, or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life. These are very beautiful. If you take my reading, I will promise to read every single text here, but of the matter of time, I've been already very busy with you, so I think it's a little long reading we are going into now. So let's go forward. Why? The deeper purpose of your journey. Why? Thanatos. Okay, like a spider web. I think it's really you're making like a web, maybe it's internet even, that you're using to be in service. I mean, obviously everybody's nowadays connecting via internet, but like making the links. There's also those hands, can you see again? But everywhere is hands. Cream has also hands, praying. Oh my God. Oh my God, I feel like this pilgrim. Spraying hands here. Next one, we have this two shadow and light. Like your hands are like in prayer, making shadow and light. Then these hands, one to another connection, offering, you offer yourself to service, and then you build this kind of initiation. What is going on here? Oh yeah, this is very scary even. I'm shadow sister, and this is actually meaning death. So why is answering the question why, and the card is death. Okay, death is always transformation. But the deeper purpose of your journey, this is a mythic theme of challenge that you will face as you approach your growth edge. Think of this card as what your entire journey is about, and then it's death. It's kind of scary to hear that, but I will have to read this off. It is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation, but the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has been consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish central in every form. It leaves a mark of us, of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. When light, grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. When dark, fear or insecurity to old age, illness, the dying. There are those with a great gift for navigating Thanatos energy. Thankfully, we find these generous souls in emergency rooms, hospitals, hospice centers, and the like. So you're meant to heal, knowing this death. Facing Thanatos' death leads us to Aletheia, truth. Beautiful. I have faced death myself kind of many times because I had my hernia operation just now. I mean, I didn't die, but it felt really painful. The stubble hernia, it felt really painful. And I prayed before I went to the surgery, because even when I had to momentarily rise from that bed to go to the operation bed, it hurt like knives. Like knives were put everywhere. Like it was such a pain that I thought that that's the pain of death, like that you die. Like it was just too much, because I couldn't have painkillers when I go to the surgery, so I had 0 painkillers at the moment. And sometimes you have to have medicines to not get shock. And after that, the same thing happened. After the surgery, I had like so much pain that I went to hyperventilation, and I actually thought I'm paralyzing. Like, again, I thought I'm dying, and so I was hyperventilating. So that kind of experience can really open you to the truth, what is really important. And you need that to healing. Like you to start to see what is actually really important in life. And then you can guide other people. Understand what is powerful. What is the true power? Because you have to go hero's journey to find it, find your true power. We have here even the inner earth. It's almost like rising from the dead, rising from this deep ground. Maybe it talks a little bit of like past lives. I'm not so expert of that, but I know there are like methods you can look into that. Okay, we have one more card, and then this pile number 1 has to be ended. I have to stop it. It's going beautifully. But the love between your devil and magician. Okay, the foundation came again, as it came in this card. We start from this, both it is written laying foundation, and we have here, consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. So that I end this between this, your love between this devil and magician is ultimately how committed you are to love. I think this purity is a beautiful thing. Like, are you able to be very clear and pure with your thoughts? It's kind of good virtuous. Like when you are in this higher level, are you able to be virtuous? So with purity. So the crown chakra is about beauty, spirituality, connection with the divine source. This functional archetype is the egotist, and the functional archetype is the guru. I'm just going to read like a little chapter here first. Crown chakra embodies the summit of beauty, refinement, and spirituality that we can experience in our lives. The function of the crown chakra is to open us to the light of spirit, which is eternally connected to the source. Each of us can look within ourselves to this point of connection where we are one with the source. The crown chakra channels the energy of that part of ourselves, often called the higher self, and embraces us within its healing and protective light. In this place, there is always joy and an abiding sense of peace. So purity and peace. Let's see what is coming with Lady Chatterleys lover. Emotions change. Okay. In this chapter, we have this encounter of like Lady Chatterley and Innkeeper. There is a little issue now because the lady is pregnant. So there is this kind of baby talk even in the book, and that's why I thought like maybe having these little babies or inner child puppets in the reading might be something. Emotions change. Why not? Feeling entangled with the other man. Well, if you want the truth from me, my child, it's this. The world goes on. Rugby stands and will go on standing. The world is more or less a fixed thing, and externally we have to adapt ourselves to it. Privately, in my private opinion, we can please ourselves. Emotions change. You may like one man this year and another next, but rugby still stands. Stick to rugby as far as rugby sticks to you. Then please yourself, but you'll get a very little out of making a break. You can make a break if you wish. You have an independent income, the only thing that never lets you down, but you won't get much out of it. Put a little baronet in rugby. It's an amusing thing to do. And Sir Malcolm sat back and smiled again. Connie did not answer. That's Connie's father speaking to her because she has confessed that she's pregnant. And then there's all this drama. I hope you had a real man at least, he said to her after a while, sensually alert. I did, that's the trouble. There aren't many good of them about, she said. No, by God, he mused. There aren't. Well, my dear, to look at you, he was a lucky man. Surely he wouldn't make trouble for you. Oh no, he leaves me my own mistress entirely. Quite, a genuine man would. Sir Malcolm was pleased. Connie was his favorite daughter. He had always liked the female in her, not so much of her mother in her as in Hilda. And he had always disliked Clifford. Clifford is the Connie's man. So he was pleased and very tender with his daughter, as if the unborn child were his child. So there is this kind of like an interesting thing about the father that is not completely faithful type neither, and the Connie have kind of taken after her. It's almost like after him, always like this inner child talk is like what kind of traits you are automatically kind of copying from your parents and repeating and so on that you are not aware of, and that can be like a kind of make you have certain issues in your life or something that you could kind of look what kind of like emotions your relatives are having, because this is what I've noticed, like it can be a pattern in the whole family. Emotions change, but it can be a pattern in whole family line that everybody has these core feelings. Like there is kind of like certain kind of feelings passed in the family. What is that emotion for you? Okay, let's see now your tarot cards. Okay, in bulk, seem to be, I think it's like a festivity. Fire. I think because it's a love reading, I'm immediately seeing like this is you and your person. Like there's immediately like a couple showing up here. But let's see, what is that? These 3 cards. Yes, a lot of feelings. Just have to find out what are these cards now, tarot cards, because sometimes it's complicated. So in bulk, what was that? Is that a star card? Yes. So you are showing like star. It's kind of this Santa Lucia kind of looking person. Very fitting, these candles lit up in the head, as this crown chakra is also very kind of spirited person. Aquarius card. It's cooking something in your pot. The person is showing us a fire. 8 of fire. So what is it? 8 of wands. I think this is usually in tarot 8 of wands. Let's see. But it's a minor arcana. It's not you are major. Very fire person. Let's see. We can verify these cards with the normal tarot cards, get a little bit more sense to it, but these are 8 of fire in Neptune. Is this really? I think I have to immediately read about this. Yeah, I have to read about that because I understand more about star card. That's dreams and hopes for the future. It's almost like mothers creating their world with feminine energy. But this one is as a Neptune, doesn't say so much to me. So let's look into it. So a person, this roles can be reversed if you are female and look what resonates. Anyway, Neptune is, no matter what chaos ensues, Neptune stands calmly in the middle of it all, confident, somehow in control, and rather enjoying the ride. There is saying about magic being done with smoke and mirrors. Neptune is the master of smoke and mirrors, and most of his magic focused on the mind. His energy covers the world with a blanket of romance and glamour. Oh, there's the fire, the romantic things. Beguiling mists cover the mundane and inspire the mind to dream or trick it into believing illusions. In this altered state induced by Neptune's charms, the mind relaxes, logic blurs, and synapses make new connections, allowing a welling up of psychic tendencies and letting flow the feeling of compassion, sensitivity, and tolerance. The 8 of fire lulls us into daydreams and fantasies. Logic takes a backseat, and our soul craves mystery and illusion. Once the mind is quieted and open, we begin to accept and then embrace the possibility of dreams coming true. And Neptune knows that belief is the first step toward creation. I think it's anyway beautiful. It's kind of what I think immediately seeing this is like this is a bit witchy. This woman with the pot and the fire in the hair, like a Santa Lucia, and is cooking there. Is a kind of like a season of the witch has begun, and you are attracting this romantic lover who is a little bit full of illusions also, so be aware a little bit. But you are so, because you are very dreamy too. Maybe you're very good, kind of like, I was using this shamanic deck in my horoscope readings. It's like we are all sacred dreamers dreaming the world into being, and this couple definitely do that. They are like able to swirl. They both are busy. Like actually the man is kind of like bathing in the ocean while you are like cooking near the water with the pot. So, I mean, both are like busy with the water, cooking something. Just that Neptune is like a whole ocean there, moving, steering the emotions. Emotions change, it's very fitting here. Emotions is full of water. And now there is, maybe I can read this immediately, the purity here as a purity of heart. You are getting the purity of heart. That's a beautiful thing. Maybe even being very self-aware and conscious that you need to speak your truth and be authentic self. And your truth will clean your heart also. Yes, this baby is so pure also, pure love baby, snow baby. Maybe you are like kind of radiating this kind of inner child this moment, like a blue-eyed, okay, it means innocent actually, blue-eyed baby, so yeah. Yes, how much we can be innocent, okay, maybe the spirit animal bear can be there to protect you. Anyway, this is a little like a dreamy, that's Neptune. Let's see what's coming. So then there is Ace of Cup, the circle that is possibly, I have to see because I don't know the meaning immediately. It is Major Arcana again. And Five of Fire, another kind of guy here on the throne. Let's see. See what is this circle? Is this? It's the Hanged Man. The circle is the Hanged Man. It's 12, it's the Hanged Man. Center of this all is somebody who is really in their minds about stuff. Well, maybe I read this because the circle is something else, but if a Hanged Man in the relationship-wise would speak to you, I took some kind of notes here. So I'm interested to get in the level of the people, what this kind of a person would say to you. The Hanged Man is kind of opposite force of the Chariot. It's not kind of not moving forward. It's stuck, taking a little bit time. Hanged Man would be fascinated of your mind, and they want to learn how you think. They might also think that you're out of reach, but they want to know first your views and values before they commit. They want to take a step back and see more clearly. Anyway, this circle is something else. I'm going to read that now. We have anyway this Hanged Man next to this cup, this Ace of Cup. It means there's a lot of love, but it's true. Sometimes if we feel a lot of emotions, like this man would here be in the completely bathing in the emotions, Neptune, or this woman would be cooking something out of those emotions. We have to take a step back. We are like overwhelmed about those emotions. The circle text here is, a circle is sacred space that you create for any spiritual work that you do. A sacred space can be created anywhere. Think of it as a metaphorical cauldron. Yes, the cauldron. Now we are talking about it. You're cooking something here with this man. A cauldron is a place that holds ingredients, keeping what you want all in one place while making sure unwanted materials do not mix in. On another level, it is also a place of transformation. Your sacred space is your temple where you work with the energy you invite in and form a boundary that separates you from unwanted energy. While in your space, you expect revelations and experiences. You expect transformation. These expectations are a form of intent. Creating a sacred space is important, but not difficult. And there is all kind of thing how you can make a sacred space, but that's something that I can also share in my spiritual art course if you take that. But because it's something that I believe also. I have also here sacred space today, having this baby dolls here also. As well, I have this box of lovers here to remind about the Friday love. I always decorate this reflecting the things I'm thinking about. It's a very good practice of a sacred space. You could try. Anyway, this has been created, and there is this cup of love. Okay, I have my water here. Yes, you have the sacred graal, the pure heart in your sacred place. Yes, there is plenty. You can protect it. But last card is this Five of Fire, so this would be Five of Wands, and it's this other guy here. What is this? Some planet guy again. So who is this? It's kind of interesting because now I see it. You have in the middle the love, the sacred thing. Even though those in the edge, I saw them together. You have this in the middle, Then next to this Lucia, let's say Santa Lucia here. Next to this Santa Lucia here is this guy, this Neptune. No, here. But here, on the other side of the sacred space is this guy. So pile number 1, who is this? Let's find out. Do you have more guys than one? What is this? Jupiter is there. You have Neptune and then you have a Jupiter, okay? So Jupiter is like everyone's favorite uncle, generous, fun, and charming. He is known as the great benefactor. He always surrounds by a crowd who bask in the favors flowing in his wake. Jupiter is a large planet and astrologically packs a big punch. Jupiter represents expansion, growth, progress, and abundance. Although often associated with material good luck, Jupiter also blesses our lives in other ways by bringing joy, faith, inspiration, and understanding. All of these experiences usually lead to a healthy optimism that encourages us to expand our worlds with new experiences such as traveling, networking, and taking classes. The 5 of Fire in reading let us know that good things are afoot and to enjoy them. Whatever lucky break comes out our way is a gift, which can be enjoyed for its own sake alone, or it can be parlayed into something even greater. Use the happiness and optimism that gift generates to create even more good luck by seeking out even more experiences. Okay, this is some lucky guy here near the sacred space. There's even this bird on the shoulder. Maybe this guy is some kind of person that I don't know. Could it be a friend or relative? But it's important to you. It has this black bird on the shoulder. Interesting. Could be a friend. Maybe you have a friend. Just like this. It expands your consciousness. Because it's next to this kind of expand your consciousness into the sacred place. Maybe this is a good friend who you could turn to get good advice. Because you have clearly like a separate, you're standing here with this Neptune guy. Maybe this is another friend. We can verify this still. Now we are gonna look into, before we verify anything, by number 1, we are gonna look into this chakra wisdom. Soulmate. Okay. So question, who is your soulmate? Who is your soulmate? Pile number 1. Purity. Who is the purest of them all? If you have these 2 guys, one is like a friend, and one is this romantic lover. Something like that. Okay. Soulmate. Anyway, I have a text about that. I can read you about this soulmate. Maybe that text ring a bell a little bit to get more clarity. Is this a soulmate? Or are you? Because you are really coming off, like, I mean, the star card can be Aquarius male too, and a person like this too. But this is a major arcana card here. As well, this Hanged Man is, but this is really taking time to learn mentally a person that is actually standing next to this friend kind of person. So somebody wants to be just your friend, and maybe it's a soulmate eventually because they are so patient with you. While other side of this sacred space, more closer to a couple, kind of is this Ace of Cups that is also outpouring love. So wow, there is really interesting dynamics here. Let's read about the soulmate. So Soulmate. Rose without thorns. It is time to face my true feelings. The legend, it is time for him to leave her again, to use the script he always does at this point. He even knows her next line. She will say, "How can you do this to me?" But unexpectedly, she says, "I love you." The words of the script die on his tongue. He struggles to get them out. Just a few words, and he will be free. But they won't come. Suddenly, he clasps her to him. He loves her. This is a true freedom he sought. To enjoy the beauty of a rose, we must risk being pricked by our inner thorns. This offers a new way to live. The best incentive to change is love. And there's a personal inquiry. What truth am I embracing? This card indicates no longer living a lie. So the keyword is authenticity, treasure, and trust. Okay, I give you this meditation because I even have this rose on the table with this card, so it's kind of nice. Soulmate on the table. Take a deep breath and keep relaxing until you find yourself in a safe place. Ask the great spirits to help you face that which you long for. Allow any nerves to pass. You may now know how to handle your present situation, or this knowledge will come to you soon. Deep, 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 but we have the love card still on the table. Let's see this. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. That is a beautiful card, having this dreamer energy in your current relationship, Neptune and the Star card. So this card even encourages you to dream. I think I just want to verify the meaning of these two guys in the table. What is the meaning? Who is this? Let's put this. Who is this Neptune guy? What do you need to know about this person? What do you need to know about this other one? Is it Jupiter? That's it, correct. So Neptune is lovers. Oh my God. Beautiful. Love, love. Neptune here is offering you love. Okay, I should not show this on YouTube. There we have the best love. Yes. Wow. And what is offering this? Another major arcana card. Jupiter here is offering you justice. Justice is a Venus card also. It's a Libra card. Balanced. As I told you, this is a friend kind of person. But who is your soulmate? That's your choice. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. I think I'm not going to verify anything more. It's up to you who you have. One bring you justice, and that's following your own path and living in the truth. And this is a choice card. Lover's card is choice card, but it's also a soulmate. It's what we have here, soulmate. So this is soulmate kind of love as well. So justice card. Yeah, they want to know your truth and authentic self. Yeah, and they are feeling they have a lot to learn about you, but they are seeking the balance.